Welcome back to the Bitfinex Talks podcast live stream from Adopting Bitcoin. I'm your host, Ricardo Martinez, and right now I am here with Tariq, who's a Bitcoin lawyer.
Yeah, actually, my Twitter handle is Bitcoin Lawyer.
Really?
Just without the E at the end, so it's Bitcoin LAWYR. That's my Twitter handle, Bitcoin Lawyer. I'm a consumer attorney out of New York City. I handle primarily credit reporting and debt collection issues. So I see people's debt problems. I'm based in New York City, like I said. So I see how credit card debt is over $1 trillion. People are unable to pay it, and the times of the credit card companies sending you those pre-approved offers and use $3,000 to get 100,000 points so that people were living the high life, and now people are drowning in credit card debt and are exploring either debt settlement or whether debt collectors are harassing them. Their credit reporting issues stemming from that, and then even potentially bankruptcy issues that come up. Now we're actually expanding our practice into electronic funds transfers. So if people have their Bitcoin on an exchange and their account gets hacked and their Bitcoin gets stolen, we can help them recover the US dollar value of that Bitcoin at the time that it was stolen. So it's where we do consumer protection litigation against the biggest banks, credit reporting agencies in the country, or in the United States at least. It's my first time down here in El Salvador.
That's incredibly interesting, first of all.
Yeah.
And then I guess my question would be, your work with these guys that are getting themselves into debt with credit cards, is that what kind of provoked you into becoming a sound money Bitcoiner?
Yeah, so I saw how credit is like a game, and you could manipulate your credit score in order to get approved for debt that you have no business getting. And there are all these social influencers out there who are telling people that you could do these things called credit card stacking, where you can get you can apply for 5 credit cards at once and then get all that money, and it's unsecured money. And there's all kinds of terrible people who should not get credit, who are having credit. And I realized that real money goes into hiding when fake money enters the market. And this is fake money entering the market through credit.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense, and I think I agree with most of that.
Yeah.
I would say credit in the U.S. is very easy to have access to, and outside of the U.S. that's not the case.
Yeah, I'm originally from Pakistan.
Okay.
I moved to the United States when I was 2 years old,
Nice.
and I'm an attorney now, and I've traveled back and forth to Pakistan over the years. And I've seen that over there they have no credit system. And actually we were talking to the real estate guy over here because the financials of how you purchase real estate in El Salvador is very similar to Pakistan. You put down a down payment, you have a few months to make 10% increment payments, and then the rest is due at the time that it's delivered to you. And there is no financing. You pay. This is what you're going to pay.
Incredibly interesting as well.
Yeah.
I, first of all, also moved to the U.S. when I was 2 years old, so we kind of have a similar background.
Yeah.
And then in Argentina, where I was just at a month ago, the APR, the interest rate,
it's
the official
30%.
Interest rate, it's 130% or something ridiculous.
In Pakistan, you can get approved for a loan, but it'd be 35%.
Yeah.
And you're going to be drowning. So, well, inflation is crazy there. A few years ago, I had dinner with the governor of the State Bank of Pakistan, and this was right after El Salvador had announced that they were going to adopt Bitcoin, and I told him, I will give you all of my Bitcoin to the Central Bank of Pakistan, the government, and the only condition is that you have to keep it, and you have to add it as a line item on your central bank reserves. And he immediately said no. And I asked him, I said, his name was Raza Bakr. And if he ever sees this video, Raza, you should have taken me on that deal. Raza Bakr, I asked him, do you have any Bitcoin? Personally. He said, "I refuse to answer your question. I'm here on behalf of the government of the state bank, and I refuse to answer your question." So, some of these guys, they know what's the truth, and they probably own some themselves. And there's some sneaky folks out there. I'll tell you that much.
I'm very, very curious about like the Bitcoin scene in Pakistan. Is there a Bitcoin scene? Are they against it?
There isn't that much. I think there's some, desire. Unfortunately, there's a lot of these like Web3 folks out there with crypto, but there is a growing Bitcoin scene in Pakistan, and I've offered them that I would love to sponsor a Bitcoin conference there, and I would help bring speakers and stuff and do whatever it takes. So hopefully they take me up on that and they see this video, and hopefully you guys do that.
Where I live in Colombia, there's not really like regulations yet. Like there's a couple bills that are like being debated and stuff, but like there's not really like a regulatory structure. Does Pakistan have like regulations and stuff?
No, they just have banned it.
Okay.
The folks there have they have, unfortunately, they have a policy of just capitulating to the West, and if the West says that it's not good for you, the IMF says it's not good for you, then we're not going to do it, So the IMF is against it, and the IMF kind of has them by the, so, they have to kind of abide by that, unfortunately, and it's only a matter of time. And I've had conversations with very, very high up, like religious figures there, and they tell you that only when it's accepted, in a lot of other countries and all the other countries around the world will we accept it as currency. And I'm just like, do you guys even understand what you're saying to yourselves?
Yeah.
You're going to be listening to everyone else to dictate your own financial policy? That doesn't make sense. So, yeah.
What's the economic situation in Pakistan? Are you guys a place with like a hyperinflationary currency?
So in the last 18 months, the rupee has gone from 150 to 300.
Okay.
100% inflation. The United States helped get rid of the democratically elected prime minister of the country, Imran Khan, who is a national hero who helped them win the World Cup and had been like a superstar in terms of getting foreign investment. And Samsung had opened a factory there, and all kinds of great things were happening. And unfortunately, the United States, he took a neutral stance on the war in Ukraine, and the United States said, well, we can't have him. And then they got rid of him, and then Pakistan mysteriously sold $350 million worth of weapons to the Ukraine as a result of the new puppet government that was installed. And so the country has been heading downhill. I wish that they would adopt Bitcoin. That would save their monetary policy. It
sounds like they could really benefit from it.
Yeah, I mean, they would. Same things that are happening in Argentina, same things happening in Lebanon. When you don't have sound money, and you don't have a backstop, you're just going to be printing money freely, unlimited. So they're stuck, and until they open up investments, open up to foreign investment and through Bitcoin, honestly, it's going to drive growth for the country.
My final question, I guess, is seeing that we're a live stream, if any of our viewers need a Bitcoin lawyer, how could they get in touch with you?
So my law firm is tariqlaw.com, TARIQLAW. You can follow me on Twitter. It's Bitcoin Lawyer with no E at the end. Our phone number is on the water bottle. I don't know if you can see the water bottle, but you can see the water bottle there. There's the phone number there. And we're online. You can find us. You can look up the Electronic Funds Transfer Act. I've done a blog on that on our website, and you could hopefully find that as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
What else can you help? Like, can you help a Bitcoin startup? Or
yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm always look. I've been into Bitcoin since 2017.
Okay.
Nice. I made a trip. I made a trip to Jerusalem. And that is what got me convinced on Bitcoin. And may God free the people who are occupied there, and keep the people alive and hopeful, and may God have mercy on them.
Nice. Well, Tariq, it was a pleasure both meeting you and interviewing you.
Thank you so
much,
appreciate
man.
That.
Yeah,
Take
I
care.
appreciate it.
Up all night thinking